Gabe, and I will be speaking for the affirmative, claiming that advertising is dangerous. First of all, I'd like to define the term advertise. If you look up the word advertise, you'll find that it is describing or drawing attention to a particular thing in a public medium in order to promote sales or attendance. Almost every company in the world has used some form of advertising. Advertising ranges from a simple advertisement in the newspaper to a big name advertisement on TV or even billboards on the side of the road. Some advertising is safe while other forms can be dangerous. Big name companies in America enjoy exaggerating the quality of their products that they are trying to promote, which deceives consumers into buying the product. Such deception is what I'm saying is dangerous in advertising. My intentions in this debate are to provide enough evidence to convince the audience that my claim is true. Advertising is dangerous, and it is completely dishonest as well as an overall nuisance to society. Although there are some companies that advertise products with completely good intentions and honesty, they do not even compare to the abundance of companies who will stop at nothing to convince consumers to purchase their product. Such advertising can be manipulative, making a product seem to be of higher quality than it really is, and leads to the unhappiness of consumers. All advertisements should be mandatorily reviewed and only be allowed to be published if they are completely honest and not deceiving. In today's society, the amount of advertisements lead to many people being overwhelmed by the endless need to decide between demands of which product to get. People have enough going on in their lives without even more hardship of trying to figure out what to do here, what to do there. It's just more struggle for them. Also, some may claim that advertisements can simply be ignored by those who are against it, but that's simply not true. People cannot choose to ignore advertising because advertisers use many methods to get their messages across, such as billboards that will be seen while driving, or even in-app application ads on mobile devices, such as Pandora. You're listening to your music and an advertisement comes up. You can't stop that unless you pay a certain amount a month to get that to stop. See, that's a good marketing idea, but still it's a nuisance to the individual. Also, companies oftentimes are doing more than just advertising a product. Companies even go as far as to make some people feel inferior if they do not use the same product as being promoted. In the Old Spice advertisements, for example, an extremely masculine man is promoting the product, which is an innuendo claiming that you can only be like him if you use Old Spice. Such arguments have no truth to them whatsoever and do not show the good quality of the product, but sadly this can get people to buy the product. Advertisers also claim that they are intending to help society with whatever product is being promoted, but in reality they are only trying to do whatever they can to make a profit. If they were actually trying to help society with their product, they would not lie in the least. They would simply tell you what the product does and the good things of it instead of exaggerating it. They're only trying to make money from that. Also, lastly, advertising gives an extremely unfair advantage to big business. Smaller business may have much better products than that of a bigger business, but their product will not sell as well simply due to the fact that they were unable to advertise as effectively. So overall, advertising is unfair to small businesses and is overall dishonest and a nuisance to society.
So, is it mandatory to buy every product you see on an advertisement?
No.
And then, couldn't the advertisement simply be ignored by the consumer?
No, they can't be ignored in some instances. As I went over, there are billboards that you can't help but actually notice while you're driving down the road. They're huge and flashy, and some even have blinking lights and they grab your attention. So you can't really ignore that. Also the fact of like Pandora or in-app ads on mobile phones, that they pop up across your screen and you can't go away from them unless you view the advertisement.
And would consumers discover products without advertisements?
Yes, consumers could discover products without advertisements. It's not just like, you can also advertise products in stores, so you have a sale on the product or there's a new product coming out. Advertise that in the store, like many times in stores such as Walmart, you're walking down, they have a new food available and they're giving it out for tests. That's what should be, instead of false advertisements making consumers believe that something is better than it actually is. Like in Pizza Hut commercials, when they pull the pizza up, the cheese is very stringy. That is played in slow motion and very exaggerated and manipulated via computer. Say if they were to show the pizza to you in store, they could not exaggerate the quality of the product.
And are people harmed when they see an advertisement?
It does not physically harm them, no, but it could be a nuisance to them, yes.
Hello, my name is Charlie Neufeld, and I will be arguing for the negative side of harmful advertising. Now, advertising has grown across all mediums in our nation. Online alone is believed to be worth $24 billion. In a bigger time for advertising, the Super Bowl charges $4 million for 30 seconds, or over $133,000 per second. Now, while this may seem like a lot in a very expensive business, in the modern world, advertising are not harmful despite their mass production. First, small businesses need advertising to present their products. While it may appear that big businesses have an advantage in the advertising department, ads give small businesses a chance to compete against the big businesses by promoting their products on local markets. Additionally, without them, big business would be the only business, because if you couldn't discover the small businesses around you, then you would just go to the main products that you recognize. Additionally, and it allows competition of products. Additionally, with advertising, because ads present the arguments for a product. While there are many competing products, ads also present the improvements in products. For say, a car's better gas mileage, or a faster computer, or a food with more vitamins, or the better value or cheaper product. Also, they can promote healthy products and lifestyles. Often, it is used to promote healthier products through celebrity appearances. For instance, the Got Milk ads, or NFL Play 60 ads. Additionally, due to a public opinion, unhealthy ads have lessened and have made unhealthy places try to appear more healthy and become more healthy. For instance, cigarette ads are no longer on TV and are rare elsewhere, and fast foods places are becoming healthier due to the public opinion and are showing that through their advertising. Also, advertisements are only as annoying as they are made to be by the consumer. Ads can be easily ignored. While you have to see them, you don't necessarily have to pay attention to them and listen to them. Also, ads allow sports teams to improve their product by buying new players through money and winning more games, and building better stadiums, which would create a better product for the consumer by having sponsorships for their teams. Additionally, advertisements allow political candidates to perform on their platform on a wider basis. In this way, political candidates can present information on a national basis. The alternative would be going around the country and literally speaking to large groups in every city, which is very unreasonable and would be not very cost effective. Additionally, public service announcements inform the public on harmful activities. These ads can show what would occur from bad activities. They're also important ways to reach the public through these advertising signals.
You stated the amount of money that advertising brings in annually. Are you saying just due to the money that advertising can be good?
I was just using the monetary values to show how it is a large business, but it doesn't mean it's a bad business.
And you also said that advertising could be easily ignored. You said just that you could not pay attention to it. That can be true, but also, do you think that advertising, in addition to being a nuisance, could be it could offend people with the nature that they go about?
Well, it could possibly be offensive, but it's only as offensive as you make it. If you understand the comedic aspects of it, or the fact that it doesn't really matter that much, all you have to do is say that you don't like the advertisement, so you're not going to buy the product. And if people don't buy the product, then those ads will cease to exist. Thus, the public can control what they find on their advertisements.
How do you expect for small businesses to get out and show their product when society is constantly being overwhelmed by the advertisements of big name companies who get their product advertised because of their large amounts of income?
Well, the small businesses are able to utilize local markets, and they can have less expensive television broadcasts because it will only be shown to the local area where they're actually trying to sell their product. And if they become successful enough, they could grow to larger markets and gradually work their way up to being that big business.
Okay, thank you. In your debate, you brought up the fact that advertising could be ignored. You could just not pay attention to it. But then again, whenever you're driving down the side of the road and you see an advertisement, there are some that could be offensive, as I said, such as advertisements for strip clubs or advertisements for adult video stores. These things could offend some people, and young children do not need to see the provocative material on these billboards, or even the provocative material that things go into TV ads, such as GoDaddy commercials, where they advertise their product with women scantily dressed and seducing male individuals. And this has nothing to do with the products, especially GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a website where you can go to purchase online domains for your own website. That has nothing to do with the provocative nature of their ads. They're just simply trying to manipulate you and reel you in. If someone sees that advertisement, they will think it's something almost like a porn site, and they will go to that. Because of that nature, they're being deceived. That is the nature of marketing in general. They're only out to deceive you for the most part. And also, you brought up the fact of the amount of revenue that advertising brings in per year. I mean, there are many other things that you can bring in money through, such as the drug cartel and things like that. And that does not necessarily mean they are good. They're still bad. No matter how much money advertising brings in, most of the money comes from them simply deceiving people. People see products that are advertised, such as, like I said, Old Spice, where they see the big buff guy out there and they want to be like him. They go and use Old Spice because they want to try it out, but yet they're disappointed with the product whenever they don't turn out like him. It happens like that with many products, and it's sad to see that so much revenue is drawn in from simply lying.
Oh, well, you're trying to say that ads can sadden people and make them less happy due to poor products. They have to understand what the commercial or the ad is. Most people are realistic and understand that this is an advertisement to promote the product, and you do not actually become the people in the advertisement. But also, on the other hand, they could get more products that they believe are useful through these advertisements. Like, you might not know that they create a blanket that has sleeves, but through an advertisement, you see people that utilize it, and you can read your book, and then you can go buy that Snuggie, and now you have a blanket with sleeves. And yeah, so thus people will be able to decide. Also, people can decide whether or not they want the product that is in the advertisement. If they don't believe that they are presenting a good product and they think it's just flashing lights and celebrity appearances, then you just don't buy the product. And then when the commercial doesn't profit, it will go away and you will stop being offended or stop being manipulated. And also, so to recap, small businesses need these advertisements to present their products to have even the slightest chance to compete against these big businesses. These advertisements allow the competition of products between the big businesses and even between the small businesses by presenting all the newer additions or the better values of these products. They can promote healthy products and lifestyles through celebrities and the productions and through positive reinforcements of healthy attitudes. Advertisements won't be annoying if you just decide not to make them annoying, if you just have the mindset that they're just pointless and they're for nothing. Advertisements allow political candidates to inform on their platform on a wider basis, and also public service announcements can inform the public on harmful activities through these advertisements.
Okay, I would like to say that when I brought up the fact of advertising and it could be saddening to individuals, well, I didn't say saddening, I just said it could be basically a nuisance to them. Whenever they're constantly bombarded with advertisements, it becomes annoying. It's going to turn them more against the advertisement, especially whenever they see a product advertised to be super good, and whenever they go out to buy it, it is not the quality that it's meant to be. That's why I brought up the idea of inventing a type of system that advertisements should go through. It's advertisement versus product. A company that would be formed would sample the product and then watch the advertisement. If the advertisement deceives the individual based on the product, they could not air the advertisement. It would create a more honest economy, and individuals and consumers will be overall more happy. And also, you brought up the fact of the money again. It's not worth the money for the companies to just sit out and flat out lie to you, because after that, and they deceive the consumer and they're not happy, they're going to be able to spread the word. There are many websites online where you can write reviews for products, so they can look up reviews online and get more honest opinions too. So overall, it's just not worth it to lie. You want to be a company that is good and honest and can be trusted. Also, for advertisements, they should rid themselves of their provocative nature. There are some that they can offend, and you said that you can just simply start being less offended in time after watching an advertisement. That's not always possible, because some people take their values and traditions very seriously. Say you have an advertisement that picks fun at a certain group of orientation, or someone's political views, or someone's religious views, such as like you brought up political advertisements. Those are not always good, because a lot of times it will bash a certain group of people, and after seeing something like that, you can't simply stop being offended. And oftentimes consumers will completely turn against this product. Overall, I think advertising can be good if it is done in the right way, but sadly it is not done in the right way in America. And I would like to say thank you for the debate, thank you for answering the questions. I'm White McCabe, and are we done?